Okay, let's dive into something a lot of us deal with, something that usually gets a bad rap: overthinking. But what if I told you that that label is completely missing the point? Today, we're going to flip the script on this whole idea, and it might just change how you think about, well, how you think.
You know the feeling, right? You're the one in the group who takes forever to pick a movie. Or maybe you're staring at a menu like it's the most important test of your life. It's a really common thing, and man, can it be frustrating.
Yep, there it is. The classic question. You've heard it a million times, from your friends, your family, your partner. Heck, maybe you even say it to yourself. And it always sounds like an accusation, doesn't it? Like you're doing it on purpose, just to make things difficult. And when you hear that over and over, you can't help but start to believe it. It starts to feel like a bug in your programming, a real weakness. You look around, you see other people making these snap decisions, and you just think, what is wrong with me? Why can't I just pick something already? Okay, this is where it gets good. What if we've been looking at this from the completely wrong angle? What if that thing we've been calling overthinking is actually the sound of a very powerful engine warming up? Let's get into it. So there's a real term for this: cognitive complexity. And no, it's not a disorder or a problem to be fixed. It's a cognitive style. It basically means your brain isn't built to just skim the surface. It's wired to do a deep 360-degree scan of a situation before it signs off on a decision. And that's the key right there. That delay you feel, that pause, it isn't you being slow. It's the time your brain needs to do its job right. It's not about being confused, it's about being careful. It's about being thorough. So, what's actually going on in your head during that time? Let's pop the hood for a second and see what this high-powered data processing machine of yours is really doing when it looks like you're just stuck. Turns out it's a pretty methodical process. First, your brain looks at the big picture, examining every possible angle. Then, it zooms all the way in, scanning for every little detail that might matter. After that, it starts running simulations, right? Weighing the potential consequences of each choice. And only after all that work is done does it finally select what it's calculated to be the very best outcome. Seriously, think of your brain as a supercomputer. Before NASA launches a mission, they run thousands and thousands of simulations to account for every single variable. That is exactly what your brain is doing, just for things like choosing a career path or deciding on pizza toppings. It's not just picking an option, it's trying to find the optimal one. All right, so we get the how now. Let's talk about the what. It's time to do a little upgrade. We're going to take this trait out of the flaw folder on our desktop and drag it right over to where it belongs, the feature folder. And here's what that upgrade looks like. Look at the old story. Indecisive, overthinker, slow. Those words feel heavy, right? Negative. But the reframe, that's the truth. Instead of indecisive, let's call it what it is: high cognitive complexity. Instead of overthinker, how about data-driven? And slow? No way. It's thorough. See? This isn't just playing with words. It's a total shift in how you see yourself. This right here, this is the sentence to remember. Let it really sink in. That moment of hesitation that other people might label as indecisiveness, that's actually one of the most important parts of your whole process. That's the data gathering phase, and it's what allows you to make smart, well-informed choices. So from now on, instead of fighting this part of yourself, it's time to embrace it. It's time to see it for what it truly is: a cognitive superpower. So what does this superpower give you? Well, for one, you see the world in high def. You catch the details and nuances that other people just walk right by. It means your choices are well-informed, they're considered, and maybe most importantly, you are amazing at spotting potential problems way before they happen. This is not a weakness. It is absolutely a strength. So I want you to take this with you. The next time you feel yourself going down that rabbit hole of analysis, just stop. Don't beat yourself up. Just take a breath and say, okay, I'm not overthinking. My brain is just processing the data. And then give it the space it needs to do its thing. Look, this isn't a bug you need to fix. It's a feature you can learn to use. By understanding this part of you, your cognitive complexity, you can lean into it. You can use it to solve bigger problems and see the world with a kind of clarity that most people don't have. So the only question left is, now that you know what you've got, what are you going to do with it?